Hello, everyone. Welcome to Conversations with Attorney JV. Conversations is your insider look into the beautiful world of pageantry. I'm Attorney JV, your host and your pageantry insider. Tonight, on our fifth episode of Conversations, I can't believe we're already on our fifth episode of Conversations. But tonight, I'm so excited because we're going to be finally completing the third of the three nuggets. Kung sino yung nuggets, kung sino yung nuggies, find out later. Also, find out more about our guest for today. Let's get a little bit intimate with Miss Carina Cariño of La Union. Let's ask her really tough questions that she might be answering in the Binibining Pilipinas stage. And finally, let's find out why she is your next Binibining Pilipinas International. So before we bring in our guest, guys, please hit like, subscribe, please share this live to your friends so that we can all have an amazing conversations para marami makita how amazing Karina answers these really tough questions. All right? So I think it's time to bring up our guest. Are you guys ready? Hello, Car.
Hi, good evening, attorney.
Hello. I like your
It's
light
nice to
makeup.
be here on your show.
Hello, hello. How are
Thank
you?
you. Ito, attorney, actually, I'm doing great despite ECQ. So I've been really focusing on my hair and makeup right now, especially we don't know if we're going to be housed or at least I know how to remedy any mishaps with my makeup whatsoever.
Yeah. We'll get into that a little bit more later, news about Binibining Pilipinas. So guys, if you're waiting for those kind of information, hintayin nyo later because we'll be talking about the Binibining Pilipinas journey of the girls and kailan ba talaga yung final pageant night for Binibining Pilipinas. I'm sure a lot of people are dying to know as well. All right. So, Car, I'm sure you've already seen the past episodes of Conversation. So we've patterned the show after a beauty pageant. So we'll have four rounds of conversations of competition. The first round is the opening statement.
Mhm.
The second one is our term challenge. And number three is our Q&A. Of course, this will not be conversations without Attorney JV, your Q&A trainer without Q&A. And finally, we'll have our final look and our final word coming from you. Are you ready?
All right. Okay. I think I'm ready.
So again, guys, before we start the show, please just comment. Mahina daw ang aking volume. Hold on. Ayan, is my volume better, guys?
Mhm.
All right, comment down below if my
Yep.
volume is better. So, Car, okay, guys, if you have any
Mhm.
questions for Karina, please type them on the chat and we will be answering those questions later. All right? Carb, ayan na naman ako. Carb, are you ready?
Yes, attorney. I am ready.
Okay, good. All right, let's go straight to the I oh no, oh no.
There's
Wait,
something I shouldn't see.
why is it there? Well, apologies for the technical difficulties. It's a live show after all. So, Car, our first round of competition is the opening statement. So, take whatever time you need to introduce yourself so that we get to know you a little bit more. All right, go for it.
Good evening, everyone. To everyone who's watching Conversations with Attorney JV. I am Carina Cariño, Binibining Pilipinas, La Union. I am a graduate of Applied Economics from De La Salle University and currently a student pilot. However, due to the pandemic, I had to clip my wings for a while and focus on one of my dreams, which is pageantry. And of course, or representing our country in an international stage. So right now, for the past 4 years, I've been working with my province. I've been representing my province for pageants. And La Union's advocacy is really on agritourism. I've been supporting that advocacy through many tourism projects. But personally, my advocacy would be economic empowerment for single mothers. It's really more about women empowerment. However, I think it's very specific and very me because it's a combination of my background and, of course, how strong women are to me. And I think that single moms do a lot for their kids. They support them towards their dreams, and this is something really close to my heart. So yeah, that's me.
Excellent. Good job. I like that. You know, you've been training for more than a year already, and I didn't know that was your advocacy. But I love that advocacy because not a lot of people talk about single mothers. Not a lot of people talk about the experiences, the hardships, the unique circumstances of single mothers in this country. And I love that you're putting that to light. Diba? Kasi our assumption in this country is that heteronormative lifestyle, diba? That there's a father, there's a mother, and that that's the idea of a family. But family is a spectrum. There's so many ways we can define family, and single motherhood is one of those that we haven't put a lot of attention on in this country. So I absolutely love that. Bakit yun ang naging advocacy mo, Car? Is there anything in your past, in your experiences, that made you focus on single mothers?
Actually, I just saw how when my mom was growing up, so her dad died early and she had to be the breadwinner together with her mom to support, of course, her siblings. And that really, struck a chord with me because I saw how it was difficult for women or at least single parents to support their children. And with those experiences, not just with my grandmother, but of course, I've heard stories of friends. I have friends who, grew up to be very independent. They really had this special bond with their moms that really tethered me as well. That this advocacy is something that I'd like to support, especially right now during the pandemic of livelihoods have been cut, and it's really a pressing time for me in supporting this advocacy.
Love that. Ganda nun. I didn't know that about you. And I'm learning, through conversations, I think I'm learning a lot
You,
from all of you girls also. So guys, so before we proceed, Carl, just wanted to give a shout out to everyone that's watching right now. Guys, continue sharing our live stream so that more people can watch it. Ay, mahina daw ang audio ko. Mahina pa rin. Oh my gulay. Okay. Yan. Malakas na. Ilapit ko pa nga itong microphone ko sa akin. Ayan. Is it better? Ayan. Is it better now? Alright. So,
yeah.
perfect. So for the Philippines is here, Oyel. Hi, Oyel. We also have
I'm actually
ang tawag nga ni anong tawag nga ni ni Hana kay Oyel. Si Kuya. Kuya Oyel. Parang hindi yata bagay.
I,
Oh, there's also, I think this is your friend, Carl.
mhm.
Scargard.
That's my uncle.
Oh,
Hi, Tito.
hi, Tita Scargard. Hello, hello. Who else is here? Um, who else? Ooh, Queen V is here.
Hi, Queen V.
Hello,
Thank you for
Queen.
watching and tuning.
We also have Alyssa. Alyssa is a constant audience member. Hi, Alyssa. How are you? Mamaya natin tanungin yung question mo, ha? We also have Rick Rulyoda Jr. Go La Union.
Oh, hi, Rick.
Clarence is also
I've been
here.
seeing his name.
Sorry, Car.
I've been seeing his name then. I think last week maybe, or commenting within the girls' pictures. So thank you for the support, Rick.
Thank you, Rick. Sorry, I think there's a lag between me and Carl, guys. All right. So, guys, we already heard the opening statement. Now we have three pictures to show Carl. All right. Are you ready for this? Medyo mas ano, medyo mas this sobrang fun nitong part na to eh. We learn so many things from the girls with these with this segment. So, we'll start with our first picture, okay? Our first picture is this your picture when you were how old were you here?
I think I was around 2 to 3 years old. Yeah, because back then I was living in Baguio. So in this picture, you can see that, I'm a bit makulit, gregarious in a way. So that's how I was back then as a kid. Because, they tell me stories that I would always recite nursery rhymes, dance for my mom. If they ever get upset or they're angry with me. So I try to cheer them up with I'm a little teapot dance, or even, reciting some small. I think that kind of impacted me right now because I'm not really a people person, but then I love to perform. And I think I did my pageant journey right now since my shyness kind of, hampered me from being a performer in singing or dancing on stages. But pageants, it's really something like that's truly what I know that it's mine. That's it.
Oh my gosh, baka magtampo pala yung magtampo si Hana. Kanina pa comment si Hana, hindi natin binibring up si Hana. Han, sorry, we know that you're here.
Oh my
Hana, hello Hana.
Hi, Hannah.
Carina was born ready. I thought there's a good comment here also from Scargad, from your uncle. Carina has roots in Masbate also. So you have so many ties to so many areas in the Philippines. You told me that that picture was taken in Baguio, but you have roots in La Union also. You have roots in Masbate. Shout out to Masbate. Shout out to Hannah Arnold. And now you live in
Hi.
Las Piñas, right? So how is that experience from you? I'm like, I've only lived in three cities basically: Quezon City, Muntinlupa, and now Taguig. How is that? And it's all in Metro Manila, diba? How was that experience for you growing up?
It was actually nice because back in Baguio, I really enjoyed, the laid back lifestyle because I got to play with kids, and it was really just in nature since it was the mountain province. And what I really liked about Baguio is that they're really immersed with arts and music. And growing up, I carried that when I moved here to Manila. I continued studying or playing the piano, and that's how I think, difference from living in the countryside, even though Baguio is a city, and living in Metro Manila. Because here in Metro Manila, everyone's on the go, and sometimes we forget to just, stay for a while, relax, enjoy the roses, the flowers, and that's the difference for me.
Oh my gosh. Oh, somebody wants to greet you.
Oh, hello, Tita Seth. I miss you.
Who's Tita Set? Is she your aunt or?
Oh, did you know attorney Tita Seth is and also kind of like a mom to me as well. So really the Nuggies are a special, we have a special bond, and I think I really appreciate being close to their families as well. In a way, even though we're apart, especially Tita Seth, because back last year when we were living together, Pat and I, Tita Seth also was with us during our BBP run when we were still living in Cubao. Appreciated. She would bring us Quezon like hardineras, and I think that's what I miss the most because it kind of gave me something new to look for.
Cool. We have another one here. Raymond Makiling.
Hi, Mon. So, Mon is actually an avid fan ever since 2017 when I competed for Itbulaga's Miss Millennial Philippines. And ever since, he has always been active, and there wasn't even a day that their group chat was inactive. They keep, posting prayers, sending their support, and that's what I really appreciate about my fans. I think they really keep me going, even though there are times that it's kind of tedious and stressful already.
Is that his real picture?
I don't know. Oh, no, 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 that's not his really picture. Mon, what are you putting?
Oh, we have Kim
Oh,
also. We have
hi,
Kim
Kim.
also.
Oh my god, I
Guys,
miss you.
follow Kim also. Kim is Miss, oh, ito na naman ako, Oriental Mindoro in Miss World Philippines. Actually, hindi pa pala
Miss
na-announce. I
World
shouldn't be
Philippines.
saying that. But Kim is also Aces and Queens. And that's how we are. You know, we support each other kahit na hindi same competition. There's always love and support across Aces and Queens. Thank you so much, Kim. All right. Marami pang comments, guys. We'll pull up your
Always.
comments later, but we have a lot more show to come. So, we have our second picture. Okay? Ayan. Our second picture is this car. So this picture obviously is her national costume. You know, go ahead. And
Well, my national costume best represents La Union. Actually, it was inspired since La Union is a coastal province, and of course, our main source of lively fishing. And as you can see from my national costume, we also got some inspiration from the deities around LU. So we have shrines, for example, the temple of Mama Macho, who is a Chinese water goddess. And then there's Mama Mary, where there's three Marian shrines in LU, and more they were more inclined to, fishing, or at least being some kind of guide for fishermen. And I think that's very important for me because when I go on stage, I like to represent LU to the best that I can. And nothing says LU more than, something that, that's really about water. And as you can see from the shell, it's really big. And there's something very special about it that I can't wait to share with you guys once we have the National Costume Fashion Show. Because promise, my designer, Sir Don Cristobal, actually had this very cool pasabog along with it.
oh.
Oh, thank you, Hannah.
Uh, oh yeah, sorry, nag-pull up yung yeah, hair. Hannah makes the comment, it's one of the most beautiful national costumes. I absolutely agree. Actually, when I saw this, and I told you, Car, about this, about it's one of the most unique national costumes I've ever seen on the national stage. I'm like, you know, because normally we see the Filipiniana costume. It's beautiful, don't get me wrong. We've also seen the Mindanao-inspired, traditional garb in southern Philippines, which is also equally beautiful. But the uniqueness of this national costume is something that truly excites me. Na-excite ako. Sabi ko, ano pa tong paandar na to? I'm really excited to see it. And the fans agree. So Hannah said it also. Clarence says, super duper love the inspiration. Diba? Ang ganda.
Oh, thank
Love
you
it.
guys.
And
Really
ito,
exciting. I can't wait to do it.
tapos may nag-comment pang isa sa baba. Medyo alam nating bias siya ng onte. Alam natin kung bakit. Oh, si,
Hello,
ano,
Mommy Dom.
ayun. Explain mo, Car. Sino si Mommy Dom?
Nako, siya yung pinaka-mother ko. Char! So, Mommy Dom is my stylist, and he has always been there since day one of my journey. I like to thank also my high school friend, actually. She introduced me to Mommy Dom. She is Reina Hispano-Americana, Philippines, Kat Legado. And it was really because um, I was at that time really lost because I didn't know what to do. I didn't really have a solid team. But then, Mommy Dom came, and then I absolutely love how our relationship has been until now, because it's really like, having my team right now feels like they're my family already. Oh, emotional.
Nakamute pala ako, sorry. Oh my god, yes. I keep on forgetting on putting on the music, guys. I'm a one-man team here. I do everything. So, pasensya na po for the technical difficulties. But, yes, Dom Moreno, sobrang, we love Dom. I've gotten really close to Dom also in the past few months. And, you're in good hands. And if you don't know, guys, Dominic Moreno is also Rabia's number one mama and Aces and Queens, especially for the Miss Universe pageant. So, everything that you saw during the MUPH, a big part of that, a huge part of that is really Dom Moreno. So, thank you, Dom. But naging profile on Dom Moreno pala yung show natin. Sige, papalitan ko na yung music because we're gonna go to our next role. Okay. Oh, there you go. This next picture. Oh, yan. Ready na ba si Hannah Arnold? Parang wala yata si Patricia Babista sa... Patricia Babista, where are you?
Di Hannah yung nagko-comment for her. Oh! My favorite picture, as in, this picture is one of my best blessings of 2020. So, to give you guys also a small tidbit na talagang nagka-goosebumps ako when I saw it. So, Pat, Han, and I actually had an encounter back in 2019 when we didn't know each other. We were watching Miss World, so I was sitting one row below Pat because we were supporting my high school friend and her blockmate, Pat Legado. And then I saw Hannah as we were exiting Araneta. And then when I came into the realization that we had an encounter before we knew each other, and before we got close, I really had good goosebumps. Because, it's kind of rare finding these two women who are so beautiful inside and out, that, we developed this kind of bond that would transcend beyond the pageant, because I really imagine myself growing old with them. And it's really beautiful because I think that, mates are really rare, and I'd like to treasure this relationship with them for the rest of my life, because, being in a pageant during a pandemic is our experience, but being together with these, I think it makes it more worthwhile. After all, it's the journey that's as well.
Oh, ayan, nagko-comment si Hannah Arnold sa baba. Oh my God, nuggets. Alam mo, well, that's one of the reasons why, I don't know if you guys noticed, pero sunod-sunod silang tatlo. Started with Hannah, and then Pat last week, and then Carina this week. So, na-excite talaga silang tatlo na hindi na sunod-sunod sila, and that was intentional on my part also. I wanted the three of you to, have that sabay-sabay, the sunod-sunod the episodes. But, so you guys, yun yung nuggies, yun yung nuggets. The three of them are the nuggets. And we have our group chat on Instagram na last night nagpanic sila because I accidentally unfollowed the group. So the three of them panicked. Oh no, what did we do to Attorney Jamie? Why did he leave? But, the three of them are very sweet. My God, they've expanded their sweetness to me and to the other trainees of Aces and Queens, and really appreciate that. We don't do this just for the sake of winning. We do this also for those relationships that we establish along the way. Because you're absolutely right. The pageant journey is just a 1 year, well, in your case, almost gonna be a 2-year journey. But the friendships, the learnings, you will carry that for the rest of your life. So, there, we have the nuggies. All right, so before we proceed to our next part of our competition, let's uh, let's have a few more questions, comments from the audience. So we have Lynn Galasao.
Hello, Lynn. Oh, yeah. So the Hibilagin family is from my mom's side, and they're the ones actually from Masbate, and of course the surrounding Bicol area. It's actually interesting that um, there's actually a possibility that related.
Tuhana? Oh my god! Seriously, oh my gosh. You're sissies now, like cysts. Perfect. I love that. I love Masbate. I want to go to Masbate. In fact, I have a lot of really good friends from Masbate. The daughter of the governor, former Congresswoman Trisha Velasco, Catera, is a really good friend of mine. So hello, shout out to all the Masbateños. Hello, hello. And well, we have comments here from your mama, Dominic Moreno. Oh my God, Hannah, love you. Marjon Marcelo Cristobal also says, so excited for Binibining Pilipinas. And then maganda yung comment, your uncle. Sabi niya, yung gown ng asawa ni Aquaman. Char.
Oh my god, Tita. Comments.
And Attorney JT
Oh,
is
hi,
here.
JT.
All right. Guys, if you have any questions, guys, please put them down. Clarence, I see your question. We'll ask that later towards the end of our show. So just keep on typing your comments down below. All right. So, nawala na naman ang ating music. So, we go on to our next part of our competition. The term challenge. Are you ready for this?
Yes, I think.
So guys, if you don't know, we actually do this training also in Aces and Queens. We give the girls words to warm up to, and we want to hear whatever they want to say about that word, whatever their comments are, how they feel. That's how we do this part of the competition. So, your first word, Carina, is sexual abuse. Sexual abuse. Let me turn off the music and put the spot.
Everyone should know that no means no. My heart goes to those who are traumatized by sexual abuse and are still healing from their own traumas. I think it's important for both boys and girls to be educated, especially boys, on the importance of consent, respect, and boundaries, as well as looking out for our fellow women and, of course, men and women on if they're under the influence or they need help. So we have to remember no means no. Consent is always essential.
I love that. Sobrang strong nung impact statement, Car. You know, the no means no. Guys, repeat it. Guys and girls, repeat it. Pag sinabi ng babae or ng lalaki, no, ibig sabihin ayaw nila. Alright? So, always take it at face value and never ever treat it as a challenge. You know, because a girl says no, ibig sabihin I just need to be more aggressive. That's not what it means, guys. That's absolutely not what it means. I also love what you said. The three things that are important about this are consent, respect, and boundaries. That's incredibly powerful, Karina. I'm thinking, my gosh, if this was asked of you in Binibining Pilipinas, and it's possible because they've done this type of round before, di ba, yung may word challenge? My gosh, sobrang powerful the answer. Love it. And our audience agrees.
Did you notice when I said consent is essential? I was thinking about lugaw is essential.
Ooh, the shade.
To me that, oh my god, consent Consent
The
is essential.
shade of it all. Oh, that's so funny, that link that you made there. Oh my god. I
Yeah.
like that. Yes, consent is essential. Diba? Oh my god, we have another comment from Jam. Jam Kalonge says, galing at ganda talaga.
Yeah.
Kim Babaw says, strong.
Wow, thanks, sis.
Clarence also says, galing, super. Alyssa says, ang galing ate. Naglaing? Or ang
Yeah,
galing, maybe?
naglaing yan. Yeah.
Oh, so naglaing is
It's
a, ano,
Ilocano.
it's an Ilocano term. In La Union din ba? Bigla ko naisip, uso ba sa La Union ang dinakdakan?
Yes, yes. Oh my gosh. There's this restaurant in our town, and my favorite thing to order there would be dinakdakan. I think last year when I went home for a while, because of BBP errands, we really had to stop over and said we have to order dinakdakan, and of course there's this other one pulpog. Yeah, pulpog na pato, and that's the one that we always order whenever we go home. And I kind of miss home right now. I kind of miss LU, so I hope that situation kind of gets better.
Oh my gosh. Naisip ko kasi parang naglaing, it sounded like food. So I'm like, oh my gosh, dinakdakan. I love dinakdakan, Ev. I used to work for someone who is from Isabela. And yung specialty din nila is dinakdakan. So my gosh, every time we have a party in the office, palagi may dinakdakan. I love dinakdakan. And Rick Rolyoda agrees. Oh. And then you also have Leslie Buset who says, hindi lang po halata pero sobrang supporter ako. Galing. Thank you so much, Leslie.
Yeah, I know Leslie. So actually, Leslie has, I've always known her since I was 13 years old. We were a part of the same parish, and she's always been supporting me, especially since my Itbulaga Miss Millennial stint, and she's really active. There was this time, so if you guys know, during my performance at Itbulaga, when they asked me for a talent last year, I had to sing an Aegis song. And it was really funny because I think that's the song that I always sing. And Leslie is good friends with the Aegis band. And she
Oh,
told them
really?
about it. Yeah.
Oh my God, Leslie, pakilala mo rin ako. I'm such a big AG's fan. Like, crazy AG's fan. Seryoso. As in, I sing Basang-Basa sa Ulan, Luha. All of their songs. I love all of their
Halik.
songs. Halik, yes. So maybe you should give us a sample.
I think my vocal cords aren't ready right now. And I think I
Press
got
one.
tired from the performance.
Press 1, guys, if you want to have Carina sing. But guys, thank you. I'm seeing all of your comments. Thank you, but we have to proceed. I just realized we're already 34 minutes and we still have a lot out to go. We're having so much fun. All right. Guys, thank you so much for that. And we have our next word for Carina, okay? And the next word is... Yan, medyo technical difficulty. Suffrage. Carina, your word is suffrage.
The most powerful privilege any citizen could have is their right to vote. It is the essence of democracy. In our country, the Philippines, we know that the elections is coming up next year. That's why I urge everyone who is of legal age, register at your nearest COMELEC offices and exercise your right to vote, because after all, it is the most powerful privilege that you guys have.
Love it. Yan, ako. Nag-overthink ka para ka ng...
Limit, char.
Para ka ng merong, yung the Hannah Arnold of before, yung merong... Hi, Hannah. I love you. No, but Car, medyo nagka-cut off ka kanina, but I think I heard the most important words that you said a while ago. Number one, you said that it is the essence of democracy. Tama, sinabi mo yung essence of democracy, di ba?
Yes.
I love that. That's such an elevated way of saying, guys, importante yung pagboto, di ba? Nasa puso siya, nasa heart, nasa gitna. Ito yung pinaka-importanting aspeto ng demokrasiya sa Pilipinas, yung karapatan mong bumoto. So I absolutely love that. And I love that there was a call to action. Alam mo yung parang hindi mo lang sinabi na importante siya, but you encourage people to actually go to their respective COMELEC offices to register, because obviously you cannot vote if you're not registered, right? So guys,
Yes, that's true.
Even if you're 17 right now, but if you're going to be 18 May of next year for the elections, pwede na kayo magparehistro, guys. Alright? So even if you're 17, okay? Go to your nearest COMELEC office. Go to the website first. Alamin nyo kung ano yung mga requirements. I think you can give your birth certificate and then any other government ID, and then you can register to vote. Alright? Thank you for that, Car. That was a really good answer. And Jam agrees also.
Oh,
Corona.
thank you, Jam.
Marjon also says, galing. I agree. That was very good, Car. All right. Okay. So let's go to our third word, and then let's go to the comments later, and let's answer a few questions later, Car. But your third word for now is resiliency porn. Oh my gosh, guys. Medyo may negative word here, but it's not a bad word in this context, okay? So, go for it, Car.
Yes. Okay. I think that the word resiliency has been truly overused. We have been fetishizing pain as a means for us to get along, or at least to hope for tomorrow. However, we should recognize that resilience should not just be hopeful complacency. There's a difference. And it's really important, especially now at the midst of this pandemic, that we hold resilience together with accountability. Because if we don't move forward with these two things together, we're just going to descend into a cycle of repeated complacency, and we would never want that, especially in our times right now. Demand better.
Very good. Guys, +1 if you like that answer from Miss Carina Cariño. I love that. Ang ganda nun, hopeful complacency. Diba? I mean, Filipino resiliency will always be there. We've shown that time and time again. Ondoy, the earthquakes in Bohol, the calamities that we've been experiencing, diba? The numerous typhoons we experience every year. But while we are grateful for the Filipino resiliency, it has to be matched by preparation. Diba? Dapat hindi tayo umaasa lang sa kagalingan ng Pilipinong mag-adjust. Hindi pwedeng grit lang ang pinagbabatayan natin. Dapat meron talagang actual preparation so that we prevent the most serious consequences of these calamities happening to our people. So, thank you for that. Another really good answer. Strong impact statements. Very heartful, very heartfelt. Meaning, rather, it was so emotional. It was emotional but logical at the same time. You showed emotion, but in a very logical, consistent way. Oh my gosh, +1! Everyone is saying +1 with the amazing answer. Okay, guys. So before we proceed to our third round of competition, the Q&A round, let's have a little fun with some of the questions from the audience. All right? Okay, guys. I'll try to pull in some of these questions right now. Kanina, may mga questions ako nakita kanina. Oh, this is a good question. It's a little heavy, Car, but I think you can handle it. Okay? So Maynard Estrella asks, being a student pilot, how can you say that women can dominate the world? How can women dominate the world?
You know, the greatest change that I've seen for the past few years is that women have been gaining more contributions or at least acknowledgments in their own respective fields. As a student pilot, I know that aviation is male dominated, but I can see there are more women leading and they're more thriving in this industry. And I do believe that women can dominate the world. If not, women will dominate the world eventually because of their grit, their passion, and they deserve to be acknowledged for their contributions in their own respective fields, especially mine in aviation.
I love that. Um, Breaking down boundaries, breaking down barriers, removing the notion that women are not as powerful as men and cannot succeed in traditionally male-dominated fields. In pilot, being a pilot, aviation is certainly one of those. Diba? There's a common misconception that women cannot be pilots. Women are better off as flight attendants. There's nothing wrong with being a flight
Yes.
attendant, but putting people in boxes and telling people that they cannot be something because of our gender norms, that's absolutely unacceptable in this day and age. So I love that. I agree. Women should rule the world. Some of the best leaders in the world today are women, to be perfectly honest. 'Di ba? Sino ba? Who to you is the most powerful woman leader these days?
I would have to say New Zealand's president. Am I right? Is it
Yes,
president?
Jacinda
So,
Ardern.
with
Agree.
COVID it's really very highly commendable because they were able to at least reduce the effects of COVID-19 within their borders, and that's something that we should look up to because they are managing it right and they are um fulfilling their duties as leaders to their citizens.
Mm-mm. Love that. Ako, Jacinda Ardern din yung sagot ko. Okay, there's another question here. I will rephrase it a little bit, Car. But I think what Alken means is this. So, the question is, so what is the lesson that you've learned, I guess, as being part of Aces and Queens? I think that's the question.
Oh, the most valuable lesson for me that I've learned being part of Aces and Queens. It's about you know this phrase that they say, kung hindi ka marunong tumingin sa kinaroroonan, parang something like that. So, if you don't know how to look back, you won't get to where you're going, and that's really important for me here with Aces and Queens because each person has really had a big impact on my journey as a beauty queen, not just for my Binibining Pilipinas journey, but even before. I've had sisters who competed before me, and up until now, I can still feel the bond between us. Even though we have our own respective fields already, the support is there, um, everything is there, and it's something that I would always treasure in Aces and Queens because it's not just about um, getting to the goal, which is the crown, but it's the sisterhood that's more important. Because if you want to go um, far, if you want to go fast, they say go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. And together with my, beauty queen sisters, especially my nuggies, I know that wherever life will bring me, it's going to be a very great place.
Totoo yan. Di ba nakita mo lang nung isang araw, Pia sent Rabia not just messages of support, but actual makeup. I don't know if you saw that on Rabia's post,
Yeah,
but Pia actually sent her makeup. And even before, I think Pia sent her a lucky charm for Miss Universe. I think one of the lucky charms that Pia used in 2015. So, di ba imagine mo yun, Miss Universe na siya and she's still very supportive to, the past, to the new current, to the current crop of queens. And not just for Aces and Queens for Pia, but every Miss Universe Philippines since then, she's been very supportive. And, the other day we had you guys had the conversation with Mafe Yunon. 'Diba? So really, it's a lifetime of friendships, a lifetime of support system. You know, Aces and Queens is not just about winning the crown. It's about creating a long-lasting legacy and empowering you girls to be very successful even after you've passed on the crown. So, like that. Perfect. Okay. So, guys, we've asked a few questions. Oh yeah, may comment si Uncle. Aces and Queens is live. Thank you. Clarence also says, sisters and queens fix each other's crowns. Love it. Batangas represent. Clarence is from Batangas, so thanks, Clarence.
Ooh.
Okay. So, are you ready for your next round of competition?
Okay.
The next round of competition is obviously Q&A. Again, guys, this will not be an Attorney JV conversations. If walang Q&A, para saan pang naging Q&A trainer ako ng Aces and Queens kung walang Q&A round ang conversations. So I'll be asking you 3 questions, Car, okay? And walang time limit. We're not very strict here, but I know, medyo strict ka na rin in your oral time. Meron ka ng habit that you formed in your head. Shout out to Carina via Huff. Hi, Callie, if you're watching. So your first question is this, okay? So if you were to meet a historical person or historical figure, either alive or dead, who would you want to meet and why?
I'd love to meet Marie Curie, who co-discovered radium together with her husband, Pierre. It's really important for a woman like her to be recognized in her field. As a student pilot, I know that my industry is male dominated, so I'd like to ask her about how she was able to overcome challenges during her time, especially in the fields of science where men were always recognized and women had minimal contributions. So it would be very important for me to ask her how she was able to overcome it during her time.
Alam mo, ang ganda nun. You know why it's such a beautiful answer? Marie Curie is really one of the first feminists that we know of, right?
Yeah.
We always talk about politics. We always talk about, positions of leadership. But we've seen strong women become powerful leaders of their respective countries in the past, primarily because of the monarchies, right? You had Queen Elizabeth I, you had Catherine the Great of Russia, you had Isabella I of Spain. So there have been strong women leaders in the past. But Marie Curie is really the first woman to succeed and to be the best in her field in the sciences. So I love that answer. It's so historically significant, that answer. Diba? She's the first woman to win a Nobel Prize in chemistry. Diba? And in fact, to be honest, if it were given now, the award would have been given exclusively to her. And Pierre would not have been included there because that research is really primarily hers. So, medyo sexist pa rin actually the reason why it was awarded to both of them, when in reality it was Marie who was the intellectual powerhouse of both of them. So, like that. I love that she's your inspiration.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Oh, my comments here from Alcan Cerboles, from the Patricia Babista supporters. Hello. Hello.
Alken.
Hello, Barbistas, diba? That's what they're called. Alyssa says, super galing. And then, Feli Galera says, virtual. Love you, Neng.
Oh, thank you, Ate Fel.
In Batangas, that's we call young girls also. That's our term of endearment, ineng, in Batangas. So, love it. All right. Guys, we're down to our last question in the Q&A round, but don't worry, we'll still be answering some of your questions. All right. So, Car, are you ready for your second question pa lang pala. So, Car,
Okay.
your second question is. Okay, technical difficulty. So, your second question is, do you think that trans women should be allowed to compete in women's sports? Do you think the trans women, those that were biologically born female and who have transitioned to and who have had gender reaffirmation surgery, etc., should they be allowed to compete in sports that are for women?
Yes, I believe that trans women should be allowed to compete in women's sports because as long as we hinder them from entering competitions, it's like we're never going to acknowledge that, trans women are women. There's still a barrier. And I know that we have transcended to an era where we recognize women for the gender that they identify with, and that should be respected, especially when sports competitions aren't really not those, um, that those advanced sports. And it's really important that we just strive to commit to realize and acknowledge trans women as women.
Love it. You ended strong. I love the impact statement in the end. I love, there's a little bit of hesitation, Carl, parang online training na rin natin to. There's a little bit of hesitation in the middle of the
Yeah.
answer, but girls, that's what's important. That even if you struggle in the middle a little bit, right? It's important to end strong. And you ended absolutely strong, Carl. Trans women are women. Diba? May impact statement. I like that.
Actually, for me, I was thinking about something that I've read for the past few days because, as you guys know, I think last week we had the Trans Day of Visibility, and there were some people who posted online about their sentiments about trans women joining women competitions. And actually, I found out that we do have. I understand that one of the issues with trans women joining sports would be their testosterone, but on a not really professional level, there's testosterone varies per person, and even in professional sports, they acknowledge the testing at least of testosterone levels so that it doesn't really interfere with the women who are competing.
Yeah. And
Thank
what
and
totoo 'yun, 'di ba? There are some women that there are some women that were assigned the female gender at birth that have naturally high testosterone levels as well. I think if we make those what do you call this, those small idiosyncratic decisions based on certain standards, like in this case testosterone levels, you know what, it's just going to cause a lot of confusion, and it's going to be a basis for discrimination against other people,
yes.
and it might even be a cause for sexual harassment as well. If a woman identifies herself as a woman, I think we have to find it in our hearts and in our minds that they are women and should be treated as such. Malinaw? Char.
Yeah.
Love that. Thank you. Thank you for that, Car. Okay. Medyo parang similar sa question na yan. Ah. Oh my gosh, may comment si Rick Rolyoda. Sabi niya, Miss La Union question, naalala ko question na yan. Kwento mo yon sa Miss La Union. Was this asked already of you before, Car? I didn't know.
Actually, it was more about so if you guys didn't watch from Miss La Union, it was actually Miss Universe 2015 Pia Wurtzbach who asked me about um who's the female figure that I look up to besides my mom, because evidently I joined pageants because of my mom. Now my answer was my handler, Mommy Paul, who is a trans woman. And back then, I didn't really have any hesitation on answering her because in the first place, she was also the one who encouraged me to join pageants. And now, as you can see, pageants are playing a big role in my life. So I was taken aback when people were trying to bash me because I can hear the collective gasp when I said her name. Like, why did she answer Mommy Paul? Like, I mean, Paul is a guy's name, right? But that was the moment when I was like, wait, excuse me, guys. Mommy Paul is my female figure that I look up to because she has inspired me to join pageants, and she told me that pageants are a celebration of a woman's beauty, and that's why I was there in front of them, and that's also the reason why she's the female figure that I look up to, besides my mom. And everyone was like, oh, okay.
Card.
But I
Oh my
really had
gosh.
no doubt in my mind that that was my answer.
My gosh, Car. That was, you know, that's so difficult and a position to make in the context of a local pageant, because usually local pageants you'd still have a little bit more traditional thinking, especially in the crowd. And the idea of treating trans women as women is really not something ubiquitous in Philippine society pa rin. But I love how you didn't care. I love that you stuck to
Yeah.
your core. And I'm so happy because, we always say this in Aces and Queens. Whenever we train the girls, guys, we always tell them to stick to their core. We always remind the girls to never forget who they are. And even if they feel like they're going to be bashed, it's okay. Because the priority is for them to showcase who they are, to showcase the authentic Carina Cariño on that stage. The important thing, it's okay to be controversial. It's not okay to be insulting, right? It's okay na yung sagot mo medyo will raise some eyebrows, but as long as you don't insult people, that's a perfectly okay answer. So, oh, I'm so excited, goosies. Good job, Car. Good job. Good job. All right. All right. So, Car, the next round. This is the final question for today. But before we go to the final question, let's go to a little bit more questions from the audience. Guys, wala na bang ibang questions dyan? Medyo natabunan na kasi yung ilan kanina. Sorry. But Alyssa says trans women are women. Good, Alyssa. Love that. Um, Alyssa also says super galing. Love it. Mommy Dom says superb. Love it. Guys, wala nang iba, medyo natabunan na yung ibang questions kanina. So if you want to ask and type those questions again so I can ask them now, please go ahead and type them. Alright? Pero alam mo, Carmen, naisip pala ako na isa pa. Just occurred to me right now. I'm so glad that I can ask you these questions on this platform. Because one of the reasons why I do conversations also is because I want to be able to have my voice out there in terms of important social issues. So we're using the pageantry platform as our catch, as our hook to the audience. But in reality, what we're doing here is we're trying to spread awareness on important issues, some controversial, so that we can influence people to have a different mindset, to have a more open and understanding mindset towards trans women, for example, gender issues, the environment, politics. There's a refreshing way of talking about them, and this is our opportunity to do that. And you helped me do that right now with this answer. Thank you so much. Okay, ito, medyo light naman. Medyo mga light question, alright? Oh, I
Okay.
like this. Tatiana asks, Ate, Carina, what would be your soundtrack for your life? Feeling ko alam ko kung sinong singer to. I have a feeling, but go ahead.
Are you sure, attorney? Oh my gosh. Um, oh my gosh, this is my favorite song, but it's Alessia Cara's Scores You're Beautiful. And this song has pushed me a lot of times in all my pageants. I think there are a lot of lines there that I deeply relate with, that I remember crying in the car, thinking about society's expectations of me, but then knowing that I believe in the light within, that I can radiate that beauty outside and inspire girls. That, it doesn't matter what society or media portrays beauty to be, as long as you are true to yourself, you can show it to the world, the light will always shine with it.
I like that. The light will always shine from within. Wala na akong comment. Okay na yan. Very good, Car. I know. Let's ask feedback from the audience. Kasi since wala nang masabi si Attorney JV. Oh, gee. Says, Carina is waving for the crown. Ang galing niya. Oh my gosh. Oh, may isang question si Elisa. Ang ganda ng question ni Elisa. Kalisha asks, so what is your favorite definition of love, Car?
Wow. Well, when I think of not just filial love or romantic love, it's really the general definition of love. And love is a. I know that my Konag answered this time, but decision whenever one, it's a choice that we make. We're saying yes to differences. We're saying yes to anything that is different to us. So I think that love ultimately is not loving because, but it's loving despite. Oh, it's really so to think about.
I love that! Oh my god! Loving, not because, but loving despite of. Oh my gosh, that's your impact statement there! Ah. Oh my gosh, kinikilig ako. Okay, goosebumps na naman. I love girls, if, for those wanting to compete in the international pageant stage, that's how you do it. A truly beautiful answer in the pageant stage is one that gives you goosebumps. If it gives you goosebumps, my God, di ba? Sometimes people overthink it, diba? Parang people are so cerebral about beauty pageants. Sometimes it's not about the content. In fact, oftentimes, it's never about the content. Oftentimes, it's getting to the heart of the audience. It's pulling their heartstrings that matter. And I think you were so successful on this particular question, Car, na parang, yes! Alam mo yun, that was a really good answer. Oh my God. Guys, hindi prepared yung mga questions natin, but see how amazing Carina is performing. Okay, Car. Okay ka pa ba to ask a few more questions? We're already 1 hour pala. This might be the longest episode of Conversations already, but Darwin has a really good question. Okay, Car.
Okay.
Question. What was the hardest sacrifice you had to make when you're still preparing in your preparation for Binibining Pilipinas? What's the hardest sacrifice that you've made in this journey?
Wow, my nuggies would know this, and those who are very close to me, but I had to, as I said earlier, I had to clip my wings for my aviation dream because I had to put my pageant dream first. And it's been almost like 1 year and more, but I think everything has been, worthwhile. Everything has been more meaningful. At first, I was really crying, and there was a point that I got depressed because I wasn't able to continue my dream of flying. But then there were several blessings along the way, and I had to remember that it's not a closed door. As long as I'm alive, as long as I am continuing to pursue dreams, and there's always an opportunity, my flying dream will never be not necessarily dead, but I will always have that opportunity to pursue it later on.
Wala na masabi.
It was really emotional.
For the first, Lost for words na naman si Attorney JV. Ang ganda nun! Ang ganda nun, Car! Alam mo kung bakit siya sobrang ganda? Because, again, it's so personal. And you let us into your heart. You let us into Carina Cariño. And I'm patting myself in the back because, you know, Conversations really was really meant to showcase you girls. It was really meant to showcase you guys in a way that's in a safe environment where people can truly see who you are. And this and the last question, and actually all of the questions that we've given you, that you've answered today, really showcases who you are, Car. Because you're absolutely right. Dreams never die. They're only put on hold. Diba? I love that.
Yes, that's
I love that. Ah, you're sticking to your core. You're always going back to your core. You're listening to training. Kalina Half, are you there? Galaw-galaw din, Kalina Half. If you're there. Oh, RJ is here. RJ Ignacio, hi.
oh, thank you.
Yes. Oh, comment down below, guys. What crown do you see Carina wearing after Binibina? I know the crown that I know that you're gonna be that I see you wearing also. So I will not answer that question. Although the next question that I have for you basically basically says that. All right. We'll ask one more question from the audience before we ask our final question of the night. All right? Very light lang to. Okay? So, Clarence asks, what's one delicacy or product of La Union are you most proud of and willing to promote to the entire international community? What's one delicacy or product of La Union are you most proud of and willing to promote to the entire world? Oh, rather, to the international community.
Actually, we have one product in La Union. It's from Halo Halo de Ilocos, and I'm very proud to be friends, of course, with the owner. But he recently won in a lot of international competitions because of his products. And my favorite there would be their buknok, which is sinampalukang manok in buko. As in, it's really innovative, it's really modern, and I think it shows a lot of, the Filipino spirit. Because we all love, anything that has soup with it, with chicken or fish. But with Halo Halo de Ilocos buknok, it's something new, something that says this is Filipino and also this is modern. There's a modern twist. And I really love how they were able to put it out there in the world and they were able to garner awards for their products. So yeah.
Now I'm getting hungry. I haven't had dinner yet. Now I'm like, how do I get it now? Oh my gosh, yeah. That was a good answer. Prepared ka for this answer, ha? Parang natanong na to in the past.
No, I was just, okay, what is one thing that really, something that says LU at the same time Filipino, because when you go in international stage, you really want to bring the whole country with you.
Yes. And so, I'm so excited. I can't be biased, obviously. I mean, we're working hard with every single girl to achieve your best potential at the international stage. So I'm gonna be very happy, if any one of you goes to Tokyo, and we're gonna be practicing our Japanese skills already. But I will, if you are the one destined for the crown, Car, I'm gonna be so proud to fully support you until your international journey. I'll be there every step of the way to help you achieve that seventh Miss International crown for the Philippines. And not just for you, ha? I mean, Car, again, winning the crown is always about destiny. Diba? We're setting you up for success by training you with your walk, with your training, making sure that you have the best designers for your gowns. But at the end of the day, sometimes, well, actually, every single time, winning the crown is always your destiny. So if it is your destiny, Car, I'm gonna be super happy and really proud to continue supporting you until you achieve that goal. So, which is a perfect segue to our very last question in the third round of competition. So, Car, are you ready for this? Okay. So, your final question for tonight is, why should you be the next Binibining Pilipinas International? So, biased ako. Tinatanong nila kung anong crown ang dapat kay Carina. Nothing less than the Binibining Pilipinas International crown. So, why should you be the next Binibining Pilipinas International?
The woman who is destined to be Binibining Pilipinas International 2020 to 2021 is a woman who promotes cultural understanding, such as this is the Miss International standard, and of course embodies empathy, especially during these times of pandemic, and of course has the Filipino spirit, which is of course being makajos, makatao, makabayan, makabansa. And I believe that I possess all the qualities that would be that is qualified for the woman who is to be the Binibining Pilipinas International 2020 to 2021. It's kind of hard, but I do believe I have those qualities.
Maganda yon. Pag narinig nila Miss Ayumi, nila Miss Paris yan. There's a tie back. The answer was very strong because similar to what Pia did, she was able to capture the hearts and the minds of the audience. And she understood what the organization was looking for. And with that answer, you truly showcased why Carina Cariño is absolutely an amazing candidate for the Miss International stage for the Philippines. So, powerful stuff all throughout, Car. Car, ang dami pa rin mga ang dami mga comments. But here, Hannah Arnold, I love it!
Love you, Han! And Pat, I know you're watching.
Bakit hindi makapag-comment si Patricia Babista? Char.
Actually, it's the same problem I had for the past 2 weeks. I wasn't able to comment with my Nuggies videos because I think you have to be logged in to make a comment, but I was already logged in. I think there's something, some techie problem with commenting on a link.
On YouTube. Yeah. Ooh, Alcan says, kay Carina ang corona.
Wow, thank you for using my hashtag. Wow.
Oh, that's your hashtag. Ulitin natin. Guys, for everyone who's supporting Carina, please use the hashtag kay Carina ang corona. Please use this hashtag. Okay, lakihan natin. Guys, this hashtag. Alright, Jam says, Miss International that is. Oh my God. And then, proud na proud ang Mama Dominic. OMG.
Thanks, Mom.
You want to ask, you want to have a little bit more questions from the audience ba? If you're not, naman.
Yeah, sure.
Ay, meron pang isang comment si Leslie. Wag mo muna masyadong galingan. Kaka-proud naman to eh. Oh, ito. Another question from Alyssa. Okay. So, what motivates you, Car?
Right now, the thing that motivates me a lot would be being in the present, trusting that there is a reason why I'm here, why I'm surrounded by these wonderful and beautiful sisters and trainers, and I know that there's a destiny that's waiting for me at the end of this journey, crown or without crown, or of course hoping for a crown, but I know that there's something great that's just waiting in front of me, and it's just that I have to grab it. And it's not just about motivation, but it's also about discipline, because I know that these are trying times. These are times of emotional stress, mentally and physically, financially. It's very draining. However, I know that we have to persevere. I know that we are resilient as Filipinos, but as I said, we have to trudge on because we have to demand better. And for myself, I demand better for myself. I demand that um, whatever happens, I know that I will have no regrets because I gave my all. And I'm presenting you to you guys the rawest and truest version of myself. And I hope that you guys get inspired by it as well. Because I think that's my overall goal, which is to inspire girls as former beauty queens were able to inspire me. Not just girls, of course, but everyone out there.
Perfect. Okay, so we'll go to our last part, all right, of our show for this evening. In this one, Gar, I want you to okay, let's go there right now. So, our last part of the competition is this. So we'll have a final look. So I want you to look to the camera, pose. I need you to pose because I'm gonna put this as the thumbnail for this video. So pose with your best pose, okay? And you have a final word. So tell everyone to support you. Whatever message you wanna send to your supporters, everyone watching today, please take this opportunity. All right. So pose first, and then your final word.
So, hello again, everyone. So, as we close this episode of Conversations with Attorney JB, I hope that I was able to inspire you guys, motivate you guys in pursuing your own dreams as I am with my Binibini Pilipinas journey. It's been a long year, or more than a year, but as you can see, I, together with my nuggies and other sisters, are trying our best to give you a full-blown performance that you'd never, of course, forget, hopefully. And I'd like to thank my fans, my Carinas, for always being there, for motivating me as well, because I know that your words truly do have an impact because you guys believe in me. And of course, to my nuggies, I'd like to thank you for every day. I hope that I get to inspire you as much as you inspire me. And for my trainers, of course, thank you so much for being there. My team, of course, for teaching me and guiding me throughout this journey. I wouldn't be here without you. My parents, for, of course, their financial support. And every day for reminding me to keep my diet and, of course, maintain a positive attitude towards life. Thank you for Tita Jerry for reminding me about the attitude of gratitude, which I always apply. And also, that is one of the lessons that ACES has instilled within me, to be grateful for every day. So, to our viewers right now, thank you for watching. Please support me in my journey. And I hope that you were inspired with tonight's session. So thank you so much.
Love it. Love it. Thank you so much for that, Car. I think we were successful in showcasing to everyone who Carina Cariño is. I think everyone who will be watching this and those who are watching this now and who will be watching it on YouTube after, I think, Carina successfully given you a lot of things to be excited about her journey in Binibining Pilipinas and potentially representing the Philippines in Tokyo, Japan in the latter part of this year. I'm so happy to be your mentor for Q&A together with Callie and JT also. And I'm sure Ian is really proud of you. Mama Mikey, the entire Mama's community will be there to support you every step of the way. I'm super excited for your gown. Siguro may mga naghihintay dyan. Can you tell us who your designer is? Designer lang naman eh. So who will be your designer, Car?
Okay, so is Mami Rao. So Mami Rao Ablaza is the one who is designing my evening gown, and we've been really collaborating a lot. Actually, I've even had to send another design because, of course, as we know, trends do change, and we had to make some edits on what I'd have to wear on finals night.
I love that. So it's gonna be a true collaboration. Your your style, your vision will be reflected in what you're gonna be wearing in the evening gown competition in Binibining Pilipinas stage. That's really, really, really exciting, Car. So, you have any last words for our audience before we end our show for tonight?
Thank you to our viewers who are watching for staying this long into our wonderful conversation with Attorney JB. So, thank you so much. I do appreciate that you were able to listen to me, and I think it's very fulfilling to impart with you my story because you get to know who I am. And please do watch the future episodes, or if you haven't watched the previous episodes, please do watch it because you'd learn a lot more about the girls who are standing on stage. Because we are more than just girls on stage. We have our own backgrounds, own personalities, and each one of those are beautiful. I hope that you do appreciate those.
All
Thanks,
right.
Ha. Thank you.
All right, Car. Thank you so much, and I'll talk to you later. Okay. Bye.
Okay. Thanks, Attorney. Bye.
Bye bye. So, guys, there you have it. Our Binibini from the amazing, beautiful province of La Union. We learned so many things about her personal life, about her struggles, her journey, her dream of becoming a pilot, and how it has been put on hold because of this journey. We also saw, and she gave us really good answers on why she should be your next Binibining Pilipinas International. And I hope that you continue supporting her and all of our queens and aces and queens. I'd like to give a shout out to everyone who continued watching today. Also for Marjon. Hello, Marjon. Marcelo. I'm not sure I remember you, but if you're talking about the shop in Quezon City in E. Rodriguez, then hi. Please message me after. Please continue liking this channel and supporting this channel. So guys, if you like this episode and if you want to see more content like this here from me, Attorney JV, please comment down below. Please share it to your subscribers so that we can, do more of this. I'm only a one-man team, but I'm so happy to bring this kind of content to all of you. I'm working on some other kinds of content. Maybe some reaction videos, maybe some feedback sessions for the performance of our past queens. But it's all going to be very exciting. But I need your help. I need your support to get this channel out there. So really appreciate all of your support. So guys, thank you so much for joining us. Join us next week for another episode of The Conversations. Goodbye and arigatou gozaimasu.